my family, and welcome to Brunch of J Soul. And I cannot tell you how happy I am to be in this space, in this time again with you. Thank you so much to all our viewers. Thank you so much for the Facebook, and of course YouTube. And just in case no one has told you today, you are fearful and wonderful. I want every one of you to believe in that. A little you have a or fear within us, and can at least bring some of Tobago. It's a wonderful Wednesday, beautiful Wednesday on the island of Tobago, and we are privileged to be coming to you live. I'm just a small team that makes it happen right here. Of course, we say good morning, our sister Isle of Trinidad. Good morning to the Caribbean region. Good morning to the world. New York, thank you so much for being a part of Brunch. And of course, to get this, guys, South Africa. You because I see that some of you are logging on, some of you are taking part in what we are doing here, and it's a wonderful feeling. So I get into our first segment, which is our good stuff segment, and we seek to inspire, of course. We seek to highlight, we seek to educate, we seek to just bring to the forefront men and women who are doing wonderful things. And of course, I take you first to the news day. The Caribbean region cannot be left out. Ex-Virgin Islands Calypso monarch swings to soca. Tamisha Libert, also known as a stage name Caribbean Queen, is a 7-time U.S. Virgin Islands Calypso monarch who is using the skill built as a Calypsonian to divert to soca. She has delivered Lost and Carried Away, Flags in the Air, and Jammers as her first foray into soca. The St. Croix-born songbird, 36, has been a medical professional for 15 years in the capacity of general and laparoscopic surgery, and now practices in cardiovascular ICU. So quite a lot of layers there to this wonderful lady. And of course, she is no stranger to the stage. She is very diverse and taking that time to really embrace the culture of the Caribbean. And of course, the Trinidad Guardian cannot be left out. Basdio Pandey, champion for the workers. The roar of the lion that was Basdio Pandey will resonate in T&T for many years to come. It may never be replicated. When historians sit down to chronicle Pandey's contributions to our nation, they will no doubt focus on his 6 years as Prime Minister, when, with limited government income, he built much-needed bridges and roads, delivered clean water to about 90% of the population, and worked with his national security team to reduce the crime rate to its lowest in decades. Oh yes. In addition, he spearheaded efforts to give members of the Shelter Baptist faith their long overdue recognition. Yes, Basdio Pandey, quite a staple, quite a voice in politics, quite a voice in art and culture, quite a voice in unionism, and we recognize him today. Also, the Daily Express takes us to Bocas Picks 5. Caribbean writers named Breakthrough Fellows. 5 writers are hailing from Barbados, Jamaica, and Trinidad and Tobago have been selected for a new fellowship program for early career Caribbean writers administered by the Bocas Lit Fest. The Bocas Breakthrough Fellowships, which runs from January to June 2024, will support the writers in completing a book manuscript and developing their professional skills and networks in the regional and international literary world. Now listen, this is the thing that I love about this show. We get to really take a look. We get to breathe in the success of our sons and daughters, our kings and queens. And it's a wonderful opportunity when you get to do that. So we showcase what is positive in our space. And of course, positivity is the name of the game. That's what we're all about here on Brunch, A Taste of Tobago. Thank you once again for joining us. And just a couple things about who is going to be here today. I know you guys are wondering, and I want you to stay with me because it's going to be so interesting. Dawn Gray, Health, Spiritual Wellness, joins us. Now, you don't want to miss this conversation. It's going to be so enlightening. Also, Josan Rojas joins us for Book Club Corner. And let me say a pleasant good morning to my sister from another mister, Miss Jewel Green George, who is going to be here for our book club corner. As you know, it's Wednesday, and this is what you can look forward to on a beautiful Wednesday in Tobago, at Tobago Updates Television, and of course, Brunch, A Taste of Tobago. Also, we have Onika Waldron, Detailer of the Year. Now, guys, this is something that we need to get into because it's been a buzz for some time now, and we get a chance to speak to Onika and really see what this is all about. Kevin Hosford cannot be left out. You guys know him on Facebook as the Harvest God, and he is going to be delving in what's going on, what is happening, what is new and exciting in the space. And of course, look forward to more exciting and new, thrilling topics that we have to offer here on Brunch, A Taste of Tobago. So we're going to take a break. We're going to be right back. I am coming back, and I will be here to join. I will be here to, keep you company for the next 2 hours. I hope that's okay. We're going to be right back with Brunch, A Taste of Tobago. When we return, Dawn Gray joins us. Stay tuned.
Everyone, it's your Harry here from Authentic Car Clinic, located right here in Tobago at Store Bay Local Road. You can WhatsApp us or call us at 366-4173.
Everybody only worrying. Never ever worry. Don't mind how things looking hard. I tell them never ever worry. If your nice car get damaged bad, I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil is always right here for you. I tell them never ever worry. Don't mind if life make you sad. I tell them never ever worry. If your house get flooded out real bad, I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil will always be here for you. Never worry about a thing. Tatil, where people are people. You know what I mean.
Tech, we bring technology to your doorstep. From cutting-edge laptops to reliable printers, we've got it all. Nationwide delivery and a new website for easy online ordering. JK Tech is your one-stop shop for your electronics and computer needs, carrying top brands such as Acer, Samsung, HP, and much more. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at JK Tech TT or visit jktechtt.com. Quality tech is just a click away. JK Tech. Evaluate your shopping experience, your tech, your way. Call or WhatsApp 383-2651. Shop smart, shop JK Tech.
Yo everyone, it's your boy Harry here from Authentic Builders General Hardware, located right here in Tobago, Local Road, Tobago. That's correct, right here in Tobago. And we are offering you guys the best prices on all hardware material. And if you would like to get your free quotation done, all you have to do is WhatsApp us at 272-1990 and we will give you guys the best prices on all hardware material. That is a guarantee, as we are matching or beating any quotations.
We are back. This is our health corner.
Yes.
And I take so much pride and so much honor in having these wonderful people sit with me on the brunch set. Now, before we went to the break, I would have mentioned Lady Dawn Gray. And health, wellness is a topic that has been buzzing around for a very long time now. And we want to touch on the importance of having that balance in our daily lives. So I look forward to this wonderful conversation. Lady Dawn,
Yes.
good morning to you.
Thank you. And good. Yes, I'm happy to be here.
Yes, and I officially welcome you to Brunch 2024 from Tobago Updates Television.
And I feel honored to be here.
So, yes.
Yes.
So, health and wellness.
Yes, yes.
So many people still grapple with what that concept is.
Yes.
In your expertise, what can you tell us about health and wellness?
My focus is on the body, the mind or the soul, and the spirit.
Right.
This is what I practice. I have a restoration center and with a clinic, and sometimes people have to come and spend a few days just to recuperate. When I left my restoration center this morning, I have two ladies there doing restoration, and they're so happy and, you know, feel rejuvenated. They were there from since last week, but because of
Yes.
conditions, they had to go on. And one of them said to me, you know, I didn't know that I was so bad, and I was just going and going and going. So she really in a frame of mind that something is happening, and I'm so excited, you know, to share experiences with myself and other people and what I do. But three areas: the body, the soul or the mind, and the spirit.
Right.
That's all.
So, speaking about those three vital points that you just made, the body, the spirit, and the mind.
Yes.
Let's touch on the body first. And when we do not take care of our bodies, because many of us take it for granted that we need to take care of ourselves, that's self-care, that's
yes.
self-love. What are some of the things that we experience when we do not, or when we fail to take care of our bodies?
With aging, our organs age. They deteriorate because we run, we inhale air and so on. We do chores, we go to work, and sometimes we don't even want to take a proper breakfast.
Yes.
We too hustle, we hustling. And so when that body does not get food and nutrition, it deteriorates faster. Gas takes over the body. Inflammation steps in. Inflammation is the foundation of all diseases.
Oh,
In fact,
wow.
it's the foundation.
Yes.
So the physical is deteriorated and we still feel that we have energy, but we don't know the level and the fast rate of depletion that is taking place in the body. And so what I do to help people with that, when I do a scan, I'm trained, certified, and so on, doing a scan of all the organs. And I give you a report and we sit and we discuss it and so on and so on. And so we start according to what the scan says. I just want people to know that I'm all natural. I don't use pharmaceutical.
Okay.
All natural. There are things I grow in my backyard garden and things that I buy that are all natural. I pick and choose. But I have seen, you know, from using that method for the physical, with the herbs and nutritional and the scan and the rest. People don't understand the importance of rest. And you use a word this morning, noise.
Yeah.
When I was doing health and safety management, people don't understand how noise interferes with your ears, nose, and your throat, and even your eyes.
Yes.
Sometimes people
Definitely.
have things in their ears, and it depletes. Noise, that is one of the things that destroys that area up here. And so people feel that I am young and I could do anything until I am 60. And then I will say about myself then.
Right.
And sometimes people don't get that opportunity. Even before 60 they die because of some. And I have seen young people with diabetes, with prostrate, different ailments at a young age, at 20 something and all like that. And there was a young man came and he said, I just feel I'm not well.
Yeah, he just doesn't
He
feel
doesn't
well.
feel well.
Yeah.
And you know, he came to do an investigation and so on, because you don't have to take my treatment. You could go elsewhere if you feel, but you have something to work with. You know, you have something that you can work with. This in my heart is something is happening here, or my kidney something, and even to pray, because I deal with the spiritual too.
Yes.
So even to pray, you know, for that healing, and while you are fixing things, but our bodies need to be nourished. Since I was in secondary school, I did what we call home economics, and we had to plan proper meals and what to put for
Oh,
breakfast
yes.
and what to put for lunch.
I remember those
Yes, you
days.
remember those? Yes. It always brings me back to the. And
Yes.
I didn't have just teachers in school. I had mothers who
Yes.
care, and we must learn it, and you have to do it well, and what. And it was so exciting. So I did home economics, and I also did agricultural science. So I could plant the little herbs and whatever, and saw that, you know, while making children, mommy would say, you have to take a purge at 9 days after you make that baby. All those
Yes.
things came back to me, and I practice, and I see for the New Year's, I took my clean out, my detox. Yes.
Yeah.
Took my detox, clean up and so on, and then I go on again. And then
Yes.
next 6 months I do another clean up, because I remember one of my clients, I did a detox with her and she passed out a tapeworm.
Ooh.
This
a
is real.
tapeworm.
A tapeworm that was feeding on her body. A detox did that. All natural.
And you know, one of the things that really gets me is the fact that, okay, we have so many of our natural flora, our natural plants, shrubbery, you know, you name it, and we have everything that is natural to us right here.
Yeah.
And there is this constant tussle back and forth
Yes.
as to, do we go the natural route or do we continue with our pharmacy upbringing? Because many of us believe in
Yes.
getting to that drugstore
Yes,
soon as
once
we
we
feel ill.
Yes.
So it's a constant toss. Yeah, but with you,
Yes, it works.
me
Look,
about
my let me use my family. My granddaughter came. She's coming by me and to visit, and it's a you know this.
yeah,
I said, what is this? She came with something from the drugstore, but she was still.
yeah.
I said, no.
So clearly it wasn't
yeah.
working.
So I have a detox for vomiting.
Right.
And if you see the cold, and cold is inflammation. We say cold, but it's inflammation.
That's right. And like you said, it's actually the root
The root of all
everything.
diseases. All diseases.
Yeah.
And she vomit out. That story is ended. She
So
is not
whatever
coughing.
was
What
there,
was there, the inflammation
needed
you
to
see in
bring
it,
it up.
it bring it up.
Yeah.
And I have seen, because I deal with children and adults, young adults, and I have seen it when I do the stomach detox or the whole intestinal detox. I have the kind of detox that I use, especially, and a lot of people these days have that cough. That cough. My client who is at me, she said it's 3 months now that she's coughing. 3 months steady. And this is not a young lady.
Yeah.
And when I gave her the stomach detox.
And that was history.
Yeah, that
was history. Yeah. And you know, getting into mind, body, and spirit. Fueling the mind.
The mind.
It's so important what we put in there.
And
Because we put all kind of nonsense in there.
And it's the battlefield.
Yes.
Your emotions, they operate from positive down to negative. It's like a ladder. And when you look at a child that is so happy, or even an adult that is happy, and something negative happens, or some event, some words that were said to them, and you just change. And it goes straight down to the negative in your system, because you're born with the affects. You're born with that, positive and negative. People don't know that we're born with anger.
That's the thing.
They don't know. They think anger has just developed. No, we're born with that affect. And so it's what comes in would either tell you that I'm going up or I'm coming down.
Right.
Once you are coming down, it's the negative. And so I do counseling. Sometimes I have to do retreats. Sometimes I have to sit, just walk. I do counseling informal, not just with only a pen and paper. Someone could be by me and I'm washing wares or cooking and teaching them, well, sometimes young people cooking, and I'm counseling. I know where to target the question.
Yes.
And you make them feel very comfortable. I just want to share this experience only day before yesterday. Today is Wednesday. Monday, I was traveling downtown and I just feel to give this woman a job.
Yeah.
And I started to speak to her. I said, God is hearing your pain and your suffering. And she started to cry. She said, I really have an issue. I said, I'll call you. So sometimes you see people walking around and this lady looks very pretty, dressed nice. But inside, the mind, the soul is eaten up because there's an issue there. And you know, Tobago, people don't like to listen to people. And they feel counseling is for mad people.
Yeah. That's
counseling is for real people.
Another stigma that we have culturally, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Counseling is for real people. And I tell people that when you come for counseling, you're not mad, because if you're mad, you cannot be counseled.
Exactly.
You're gone on the other side.
And you wouldn't know to even embark on the path to receive counseling.
Yes.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know.
So there are issues, and as I'm an apostle, I have a church, wherever. And if you start with the church, we have a lot of people in there. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Oh, Lord, I love you. But by the time you come to minister, you just have to sometimes say a word or just say the peace of God with you. And people break down.
Yes.
Because the spiritual side is very powerful. I wrote a book, Putting God First.
Right. And we going to come
right
back
to that.
And continue. Tell us a bit about your book. And, you know, I love the fact that you're always willing to give that positive word, because we need it so much. we need to silence that negative noise that comes in. So we're going to take a break and we're going to be right back with more. Lady Dawn Gray is here on Brunch, A Taste of Tobago, and we're going to continue a wonderful conversation. You are viewing our Health Corner. Yes, it's Wednesday and it's a beautiful one. We're going to be right back with more Brunch. See you guys soon.
Your destiny. The best way to predict it is to create it. Do you see yourself exploring exotic destinations or spending quality time with family? However you see yourself, create your own retirement destiny with Tata Life's Destiny Personal Savings Booster. Choose from one of 3 investment options with guaranteed minimum investment returns to secure a monthly retirement income for life, with the option to choose your retirement age. So what's your retirement destiny? Call 62TATIL or visit tatil.co.tt to learn more today. Conditions apply. Tatil Life, a member of the Answer Makal Group.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
We are back with Brunch, A Taste of Tobago. Of course, guys, this is our Health Corner, and we are speaking with the lovely, I am so honored, I am so pleased to have Lady Dawn Gray with me today, health and wellness specialist. And of course, we were just talking before we went to the break about mind, body, and spirit. And we touched on the mind and giving that encouraging word, giving that positive energy and how important it is. And your lovely book, Putting God First.
Yes.
Did I say it correctly?
Yes.
All right. So tell us a bit about the book. You can hold it up.
Yes.
And just have a look at it. Putting God First. Yes. Tell us a little bit about your book.
The book is saying, why do we put God first? And this is from experience, putting God first. And every time I didn't put God first, something big happened, negative.
Yeah, and it just doesn't go right.
And it just doesn't go right.
I know the feeling.
So I started to look on the things that are happening. Why do I put God first? And I look at the creation, because there is where I get medicine from, the flora and the fauna and so on, because hibiscus is a medicine. I don't know if you know about hawk plum. It's a medicine.
Oh, yes.
Fever grass is a, so his creation. And even my teachers, I looked at how they had molded me. All of that is in the book.
Right.
How they mold me. So, you know, human beings are so important to one another. And they were so caring for me and so on. And then I looked at my peace, how I develop peace. When I put God first, there is a peace. I build faith and confidence, and I'm able to speak more boldly.
Yes.
I'm more able to expand my thoughts and, and how I embrace people and what I say to people. Sometimes I could be a little rough because of my passion for this thing.
Yes, yes.
Oh, I wanted to do
the
this.
passion,
The
yes.
passion sometimes
Passion is
brings
there.
out a sort of thing in you that you want to get this done. It's people's lives I'm dealing with. I don't want you to mess up, that
Yes.
kind of way. So sometimes putting God first could have you in a way like it's not a straight jacket, but you want it for other people.
Because you're passionate.
Because I'm passionate,
it.
yes.
Yes.
Because I was a teacher principal and I retired early
Yeah.
to do this. I retired when I was 52 years.
Right.
I'm
and
now
you've got-
65.
Right.
Yeah, so how many years, and I was doing it while I was teaching and doing other things and so on, because I see so many decadence individuals, human beings. We're not talking about animals now. We're talking about human beings who really need that care. And I'm so grateful to be here because this is reaching a wider diaspora.
Yes, a wider audience.
A wider
and
audience for people
demographic
to
as well.
understand,
Yes.
how important it is to take care of yourself and put God first. I can't force you to believe in Jesus, Christianity. I can't force people. But there's a positive that comes out from putting God first. There's a positive from praying. There's a positive when I have to witness to people in the prophetic.
Yes.
There's a positive, and because the people I witness to or talk to or minister to, whatever I tell them, they know is true.
And this comes with also, as we were saying, nurturing your spiritual side.
self,
Yes, your
yes.
spiritual self.
Science, yes, you have
Because
to nurture
that
it.
part of you, that natural spiritual part of you, is usually the part that is suffering.
And it's the spirit is the spirit is causal first. It is first. Whatever God speaks, so it comes through the spirit.
Yes.
Spiritual realm. And we have to take it. We have to embrace it. We have to
You have to receive.
we have to receive
it.
And I don't think some people are really receiving well because they may not have a mentor, a pastor in that form, whatever. So when people come, first thing when people come around me, you are so and so, you're an evangelist. You have the gifting of so and so. They have to know. And some people say, Pastor, I never heard that. I don't know who I am. I say, but I'm telling you what the Spirit of the Lord is saying to me. This
Whatever is being
what
channeled,
is channeled, yes.
you bring
and
forth.
and sometimes, God, the Spirit will let me know, you have a passion for this? You don't know why? It's because we're born with a gift. We don't acquire a gift, we develop a gift because we're born with it.
Yes.
Whatever you are doing, you're born to be that, and you follow it, and then you get the nurturing and the caring and the molding to be that person that you ought to be.
Definitely. And Lady Dawn, one of the things that I have experienced that so many people grapple with, childhood trauma.
Oh, yes. Yes. And I have it
So
here.
many people
With trauma.
are still struggling
Dealing with-
today. And I'm speaking about full men and women. I'm speaking about 50 and 60, and still that something happened in that childhood that has shaped their entire lives.
Yeah, it does. I had a client at the time, she was 72 years. She was 72 when I did a process with her called compassionate witnessing. It's where we sit and then we have supporters, about 2 or 3 persons. And we were appreciating her in the process. It's a process. So we did something, we talked some things, blah, 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 blah. And she broke down in the session.
Yes.
She said, since I was a child, I was sexually abused and nobody ever listened to me since I was a child.
Right.
She was 72. And I had to counsel her. And I have many I could go when they talk. They said, but since I was a child, this happened to me and that happened to me, and and sometimes I bring in young people to work with them, and because family don't understand the process, it's a process. They encourage them to leave the restoration center.
Yeah.
And the work has not been. We tip the iceberg.
And it's just a tip. So there's so much more.
So much, yes.
That needs to be dug. It needs
Yes,
to
we
be
do.
heaped up.
Yes, I did a master's in restorative justice practices, justice, in
Right.
in
Wonderful.
the state. Yeah, I did a master's in it, and I saw certain things in the States while I was studying, and it gave me an impetus, a drive to make sure that I have a proper restoration center. Because I was doing it before I studied. I graduated in 2017, but I was practicing it before, taking in people and helping them and mold them and so on. I had some very good success stories and some negative ones, because I believe sometimes families who are the supporters do not understand the process, and they jump. They jump before the process goes a certain way. And I recommend at least 6 months for some people with trauma, grief and trauma. 6 months of restoration.
Yes.
Isolated from their home, to bring them back to consciousness. Who am I? I am that beautiful girl. I'm that beautiful lady. I have something in me, a within me that can develop.
I am intelligent.
Yes, and so on.
I'm beautiful.
Yes, so sometimes when I incorporate, you need to incorporate family, because the person needs supporters. And I could remember clearly recently I was telling the supporters, I said, this child must not hear anything negative.
Yes.
So I want us to work together. And before I spin around, she told me that they said I could leave. And they came and took her. And not a word up to now. They took her.
Yeah.
And so, to be honest with you, the process is costly, because I cannot do it alone. I have workers. Somebody who will cook the meals, proper meals, somebody with counsel, somebody doing this, somebody cleaning the yard, somebody. You see how we all well set up here,
Yes.
nice and so on. There's an ambience, there's something, and
So there's like a whole
it's
network.
a whole network. It works with a team.
Yes.
It works with a team, and so we need to, I must say to the public out there, consider yourself a wealth, a jewel, and take care of that jewel. And why, you see, I could make a difference because I grew up very poor and my mother didn't have. But I grew out of it by education, and as I educate myself, I always studying something. I'm still studying. I'm always studying something.
It's always learning.
It's always a learning
process.
because if you have to help people, you have to be able to teach. Well, I came from the teacher, so I'm always teaching the word of God, because that is so important. Telling people about the purpose and lifting up people. And so I have seen and got results over the years that I'm doing this. I'm into this over 20 years, but I used to be very quiet with it. And if you would tell your friend and whatever, so I decided, a few years now, I decided to come out openly, because I'm seeing more and more people who really need that care. That is not just going to church and lift up hands and say hallelujah, Jesus.
There's an inward
struggle. Yes.
That many of us face.
And when I saw adults or elderly people tell you about their trauma from small, and we have a lot of. So I train in restorative practices. I have done to train teachers, counselors, pastors. I'm still doing training. Up to November, I did some training and so on, how to deal with people with trauma, because sometimes a pastor may have done counseling, in spiritual counseling, may not have done professional counseling,
right.
which is they're different. professional and spiritual are two different kind of counseling. We have to know the ins and outs of how we question in professional, what we say, and as I said, running the restoration center, people could come and, check yourself, relax, and all of that. Some people don't know that. And one of the things, water, so important in restoration.
Oh, yes.
Water.
Definitely.
Even if it's to just watch a stream come down, it's important. You don't even have to go in the water.
And even sitting on the sand.
And sitting on,
watching
yes.
the
At
ocean.
time, I remember this lady came from Trinidad for restoration, and I took her to the beach.
Yeah.
And when she came out of the water, she said, Miss Gray, she said, this is a capsule. She said, you know how long I have not been to the beach?
And that's a conversation that we keep having, because people visit our lovely island so many times a year.
Yes.
And they are completely soaking up the beach, the waterfalls. They are so into the ecotourism. They're going into the main bridge. They're doing the most. And we are right here.
Right here. And we are not
don't.
utilizing, we are not embracing. And we need to embrace, I go to the beach pretty often. The river, there's a river I'm from Belgarden. I go to the river and look for a pool and do baptism. And I remember one time we took a guy to the river to be baptized, and when he came in with a cane and walked out without the cane, and one of the persons of the church was scrubbing his feet, and if you see how she's thinking, and he said, oh God, I feel so well, I feel. Yeah, so all of those things I incorporate in natural, not the music. Sometimes we play the music for them just for soothing. People come for massage. I put the music and and all like that, and
so it's a holistic.
It's a holistic
kind of
structure.
Yeah, and you must feel lighter when you leave. So it has to be different from when you enter.
It has to.
And this is the thing, taking the time to nurture every
the me.
Yes.
To nurture, because I think women on a whole, and even men, they are housewives. Yes, they cook nice meal. They make up the beds. They wash their husband's clothes. But the wife, the woman, nothing is done for me.
Yes.
I'm not doing anything for me.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And this conversation could go on and on, Lady Dawn, because I enjoy talking to you so much, but unfortunately we are out of time. But I just want you to mention how we can reach you. Is there a contact number?
Yes, I have two numbers.
All right, so just let our viewers know how we can
numbers
reach you.
to reach me is 753-7649, 753-7649, or 338-9548. Or those two numbers are WhatsApp, and you can also meet me Dakkas1, DAKKAS1 @gmail.com.
Definitely.
Yes.
And we will definitely keep in touch. Like I said, thank you so much for being here.
Yes.
And blessings and success in whatever you endeavor to do.
Thank you.
So we're going to take a break, guys. We're going to be right back with more Brunch, A Taste of Tobago. But you know what's next, right? The trivia question for today. And that is, in which village would you find the Genesis Nature Park? Of course, the answer at the end of the show. You guys know the drill, but I'm just letting the new faces in the space know what's going on. So that was our trivia question for today. Of course, the answer at the end of the show. Kevin Husford joins us next. You guys know him as Harvest God, and we are going to have a wonderful discussion. See you guys in a bit.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Rotisserie, mouth-watering fries, salads, combos, and specials galore. Feeling for something to eat? Come and see. Our rotisserie is seasoned to the T. Kicking chicken, masala, and jerk roast. Crispy fries made from scratch. Who do you know can beat that? Or salads freshly cut and packed. When you taste it, you'll be wanting to come back. So come check us out on number 2 Robinson Street, Uptown Scarborough, Tobago. We open on Saturday nights from 7:30 to 11:30 p.m. Monday to Thursday, we're open from 10 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. and on Friday, 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us at 772-7443 and all social media handles at The Rotisserie Factory.
Welcome to Standard, and today we're launching High. It's our newest brand that Standard is launching, and it's where luxury meets affordability. We're very proud of this brand. It's taken some time to get the right collection in place, and we're also going to continue to improve on our collection as time goes by and we listen to our customers more. We've changed our suppliers for this collection to European suppliers, so you're going to get that European finish. We've been very pleased by some of the results that we've been seeing in terms and response to it in the market, and we're so glad to bring it to Tobago and show Tobago what Standard could, grow with them as well.
It's not just about looking good or having materials that are easily cleaned or sustainable materials, because the important thing about this particular collection is that it is quality. It is meant to last, and it lives up to the Standard name about never beating on quality and price. This furniture particularly, especially our outdoor line, which ranges from fiberglass, plastic types of outdoor stools, outdoor chairs, even the outdoor furniture, it is built to last.
That's the importance with High, right? It's not only looking good, it's going to feature things that make your life easier, and it's not too damaging on the pocket. That's important for us.
This furniture fits the lifestyle of Tobago, of the Tobago customer, of the Tobago guest. It is the perfect type of furniture for you.
Everybody only worrying. Never ever worry. Don't mind how things looking hard. I tell them never ever worry. If your nice car get damaged bad, I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil is always right here for you. Never ever worry if sickness catch you off guard. I tell them never ever worry if times fall on you real hard. I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil will always be here for you.
Never worry about a thing. Tatil, where people are people. You know what I mean.
Inner Health, number 13B Portmore, Scarborough, Tobago, with over 25 years experience offering services in and not limited to microscopic blood analysis, reflexology, and the sale of a wide range of organic herbal products used to supplement thyroid, lymphatic, heart, kidney, and brain health, and the male and female reproductive systems. Come and chat with us. Remember, your health is your wealth. best place to stay in Tobago is at Thorns Place with rates starting as low as 200 TT. Call or WhatsApp 745-7306 or 682-8676. We are located uptown Scarborough, 5 minutes away from the port. Remember, at Thorns Place, our aim is to make your stay safe and affordable.
As you come in. Long time I see you. This station complete. Ready for children party. Mommy! Jay, you can't go nowhere with these children. And you know you can't depend on Kevin neither Steven to see about them. Yes. Total waste. So I supposed to stay home whole time? Jada is 12. She could see about that. You just leave Jada to see about Kia and Kayla? I thought it's your mother or your sister. Who? Them always busy. Jada could handle that. She cooking and cleaning a long time. And the next two, better know what time it is. It's only me, you know. I will talk to my mother. She just home these days. She will make sure the children okay. Alright. Let me see the moves for later.
Before you ramage, make sure the children okay. Call 996 to report all child abuse now. A message from the Children's Authority of Trinidad and Tobago.
Want to win 2 nights for 2 at Interest Guest House? Then get your near 3-in-1 card game now. Question and answer, memory, puzzle, fun for everyone. Available at Nelson's Bookstore and Books and Office Supplies. For more details, visit us this Thursday, December 21st between 1 to 5 p.m. at Portmore or call 254-6364 or visit us on Facebook at New Experience of Gaming. Get your game now.
The Division of Settlements, Public Utilities and Rural Development has relocated its Crown Point office to Glen Road in Scarborough to better serve you, our clients. Our main office is located at the corner of Glen Road and Glen Road Branch number 1, the building formerly occupied by Costa. Our grant and electrical inspectorate services can be accessed at number 2 Montessori Drive in Glen Road, building 1 and 2.
Back with Brunch, a taste of Tobago. Oh my gosh. I am so, when I tell you guys that I'm honored to do this show, it's not even funny, and I kid you not, because I get to meet so many various types of personalities, and they're all doing such wonderful things, embarking on such great endeavors. And of course, my next guest is no different. Now, we have been on Facebook for a very long time. Content creation is way up there. It's a big deal. It's something that is taking off. It's something that is buzzing. However, my next guest chose a very, very vital staple of our culture, and that is the harvest culture of our island. And it takes me, back to, those days when my grandmother would go to harvest and we would be waiting to see what she brings back. So she would have like this big bag or a basket. And, the word harvest means so many things to me. But this is so interesting that we are doing content creation on harvest. So I'm going to welcome my next guest without further ado. Okay, Kevin Hosford joins us. You guys know him as Harvest God. And he is just doing the most right now. So Kevin, good morning to you and welcome to Brunch, a taste of Tobago.
Blessed morning. Thanks for having me.
How are you doing?
I'm great. Fabulous. Fantastic. Pleasure to be here.
Yes, and we wish you a blessed and prosperous new year from our family to yours.
And likewise from my family to yours,
yes.
From my team to your team.
So tell us about your background in content creation. Did you always want to venture into this line of content creation?
Well, truth be true, first thing first, morning to all the viewers. It's a pleasure to be here. Truth be told, actually, no, you know. It was never my thing. I would never. If I tell you I always liked social media, I'll be lying because social media was never one of my things. You know. However, one thing I would say though, what I'm currently doing now as Harvest God is something that I've been doing for 10 plus years.
Right.
Every time I go to Harvest, I would usually record, you know, the whole proceedings at the Harvest and post it in my WhatsApp. You know, and sometimes I would see people telling me, "Hey, Bob, I see you on Facebook," but I'm like, "Me? I'm not on Facebook."
Yeah.
You know, but people in my WhatsApp circle would enjoy my content so much that they would screen grab it and post it to Facebook.
Oh, so you were out there before you even
before
knew
I'm
it.
really out there.
Yeah.
You know, but for me, it's something that I always have fun in doing. You know, showcasing that aspect of our Tobago.
Yeah.
You know, and for me, one thing that I've always believed in is that there's no better way or no better thing that truly reflects our culture as Tobagonians than the Harvest.
Yes.
I mean, like, where in the world you can just leave home on a Sunday, go to a community across the island, and just walk in someone's home where you have absolutely no idea who is living there, and be treated as if you're in a all-inclusive event.
Yes.
You know, you drink some of the best liquor, you eat some of the finest food, and of course, if you like a bowl to go home with, you're offered that
you're
also.
offered.
Like, I mean, I've always said that there's nothing that truly reflects us as Tobagonians other than the Harvest festivities.
Definitely.
You know?
And you know, it takes me back because I remember we had a Harvest / Thanksgiving that we did one year. And there was this particular group, there was a group of young persons. They were staying not too far from where we lived, and they were staying for the carnival period. And so they came over, and they seemed so surprised that we were offering them food and drinks and
At no cost.
At no cost. And one of the party asked us, "Okay, so we have to pay for this? How much for this?" And listen, Kevin, the laughter that came
because to
they
you all it
couldn't-
was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had to laugh because the young lady, she felt that, okay, well, clearly we have to pay something.
Yes, I mean, the Harvest is a very costly event to put on, you know, and for the average individual, one thing I always say, you have to be into Harvest, know about Harvest to truly understand why we do this as Tobagonians on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
There are people that I know spend $40,000-$50,000 on Harvest, and on Monday morning, like, hey, there's no return on investment. It's for free.
Yes.
So you have to be truly into it to understand it. In the Tobago space, one thing I must say for the people that doesn't know, in the Tobago space, credit unions is a vital part of our culture.
Definitely.
And it's a norm for credit unions to be offering Harvest loans.
Yes.
And these loan sales are sold out.
Yes. It's actually called Harvest Loan.
It's actually called a Harvest Loan. And
Yes.
in the Tobago space, like, and it's so vital that reason why these loan sales are sold out at all times, because whether you have cash to keep Harvest or not, you're going by whichever credit union you're in and borrow that loan. You might borrow at 30,000 or 25,000.
Yeah.
Keep Harvest.
For the Harvest.
Monday morning, you owe in the credit union for that loan, and you feel totally fine because you had a wonderful Harvest.
Yeah.
If you don't know about Harvest, you don't understand that, you know. Like, what sense that could make?
There's a passion, Kevin.
It's passion.
Not even about Harvest is coming up and I have to prepare. There is a passion. There is a well, deep-rooted kind of love.
The culture of
to
Tobagonians.
put Harvest into a gear. And it's
Definitely.
nowhere else in the world.
And that's the best part.
Yeah.
I have always said, like, hey, if you look at it from a tourism aspect, let's just say you are leaving to go, you are choosing a country across the world to go. And when you look at in their bio, you are seeing that, hey, almost every Sunday in a different community across that island, there's an event where you can just go to any home where you know absolutely nobody and be treated as if you're in a top class all-inclusive event.
Yes,
for free.
it's definitely like an all-inclusive.
It is.
Because you have every type of meat that you can think about, liquor, even the staples, because you know we love the cuckoo and we love the dumpling and the provision, and it's just so magnificent to be a part of it.
Indeed it is.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, one thing I always see, and it's not just about the food. Even if you have a 10-course meal prepared at home on a Sunday, if you look sharp, you don't even want no food, or you might take a little bit, and you're gone.
Yeah.
So it's not to say you're just going to harvest because you want food. Sometimes it's a place where it's a go-to to get away for a lot of people. There are places, there are times where it's a place where you would interact with people that you would never come across on a daily basis.
Yes.
Some of the top politicians, some of the top doctors, the top lawyers, where, you know, they just go to get away, to have a good time, and for free.
Yeah, and it's the social aspect of it, I think is so powerful. So in many cases, the food is just the complement, but the social part where you get to meet people and everybody's sitting and everybody's talking, that is what really fuels that type of movement.
As I always say, and I truly believe that harvest is the gel that glues us together as Tobagonians.
Oh, yes.
Harvest is the gel that glues us together as Tobagonians.
It is.
For me, being out there almost every Sunday, I'm still at this point where sometimes I'm like, oh, like, this is for real, yo. Like seriously. And you see how happy some people are, how excited. You know, like Sunday gone there was, like for instance, I mean, the first harvest for the year was Pembroke Glamorgan. And I had the opportunity to carry a couple with me from Trinidad.
Right.
You know, they were in Tobago and they called me, they said, hey, I always want to experience a harvest. I could come with you. I said, well, yeah, I did harvest, come and check me now. And to start off, I said, hear me, take my phone, it's an iPhone 14 Pro Max, compliments Berylink cellular. I said, take my phone, go, that house, just walk in and just ask for anything you like. If you do not get a red carpet treatment, mash up that phone on the wall.
Because you're so confident.
And in all fairness, I've never been to that house.
Yes.
I know the guy living there, but it's the first time I'm going at that house in Pembroke. And they went over and she said, nah, I'm not taking it. I said, take my phone. And they went over and they started to laugh. They said, but how are you so sure? I said, hey, Tobagonians are loving people. This is our culture. We don't do this for reward or personal gains. This is how we are cultured. Tobago is love. That's us as Tobagonians.
That is it. You know, I had an uncle once. He used to tell anybody that would listen, harvest is so and so, or you come up. I'm from Palatavere. I was born in Palatavere.
I'm from Palatavere originally also.
Yeah?
Well, my mom is from Palatavere.
Look how small.
The Hotswods in Palatavere. My mom is from Palatavere.
Well, I am both sides of my family. So the Winchesters and the Carringtons.
Oh, okay,
so
okay.
Both sides are from
Smallville.
P-Vere. So good morning to Palatavere. We have one of your sons here.
Not one, but you have two of your offspring.
Yes, your son and daughter here. And you know, harvest has always been such a vital cultural aspect. It's in everything. It's in everything. It's our rhythm, the way we do things. And to, as you said, persons on the outside looking in
won't understand it.
Would not get or even grasp the gist of what a harvest experience is like.
And in all fairness, you can't even get them wrong, no, because when you think about it, it doesn't make sense. For who doesn't know about it? Like, how could you justify going by a credit union or using 30,000 of your cash to put on an event where there is no return on your investment, or as you would call it, where is dead money like that? Like how?
Because people look at the feasibility, and that is just unheard of. In other countries, they would not see that as being even making sense financially.
Like for instance, for my harvest in Easter Gonde, one thing I did, I threw out the invitation. I said, hey, it's a question that is commonly asked on my platforms, like how could we experience a Tobago harvest? We would love to. Is this really true? What's of it? So I say, you know what? If you're in the Tobago space, I mean, it's a weekend, and you wanna experience a true organic harvest, I'm inviting you to my home and come.
Yeah.
I and Holden wasn't prepared for the kind of people that came. I had, and folks, you can go on my page and check it out for yourself. I had folks from Spain, from Germany, from North Carolina, from the UK, like all over. I had a couple that they came from the morning and they wanted to experience the whole thing. I said, like, fine, come on. They wanted to be part of it, the preparation and everything. And when it was finished, they offered me 300 US. And first thing the Tobagonian kick in me, I said, why that 300 US got done me good, But then if you take money from someone for harvest, you feel like you've defeated the purpose. Harvest is about giving.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, that's okay. And they was like, but hey, I mean, how you pay for all of this? I said, hey, harvest is not about money. You know, it's about giving back to the people.
Yeah, that's the thing that other cultures would not understand it. Yeah.
You know, and these people, they had such a fabulous time. Like, it's unbelievable. You know, there are some of them that were like, hey, definitely next year, Easter, we will be back.
Yeah.
This is a reason for us to come back to Tobago. And for me, as I said earlier, one thing that I fully believe, like, hey, this is one of the perfect way to market Tobago to the world.
Definitely. And you know, one of the things that I absolutely love is the fact that you took this initiative and you basically, you know, gave it to such a broad spectrum, a wider audience. And thank you to your WhatsApp friends, because they would have started that type of journey for you where your stuff is out there already and you don't even know.
I like how you say that. With that being said, I must say kudos most importantly to the Foodie Nation team. Sean, Rhett, anywhere you stand, thanks, big up yourself. And we're saying Tobago, big up yourself.
Yeah.
Because for me, in the Tobago space, I'm the man for Foodie Nation, right? And, you know, moving with them, they was like, hey, Bob, listen to me. You have to take the thing more serious. You have to, you know, open some social media account and start to push the harvest. As I said earlier, social media is never my thing. I like my little WhatsApp circle, you know, we having fun, you know. And they like, Bob, listen to me. You have to take it more serious. Social media. I said, yeah, no problem.
And speaking of social media, how do we reach you? Because we're wrapping up for time. If we need to reach you, Harvest God.
On all social media platforms.
All platforms. There you go.
Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube, of course. You know, Harvest God across the board.
Right. And we look forward to so many great innovations because, I mean, you're going to be evolving. There's going to be so much stories that you have to tell moving forward. So before we wrap, really quickly, what would you like to say to the viewers?
I mean, for especially the audience, the viewers in the Trinidad space, the international audience, I mean, there's no better place in the world to be than Trinidad and Tobago. Tobago is the best island on the world. I mean, tune into Harvest God as I daily and weekly keep you updated to one of the best part of our culture, the Tobago harvest. Harvest God on location, Tobago updates. Thank you for having me. Boom.
And there you go. I don't have anything else to say. We're going to be right back with more Brunch, A Taste of Tobago. Of course, our trivia question for today: in which village would you find the Genesis Nature Park? At the end of the program, please stay tuned for your answer. We'll be right back. Book Club is up next. See you guys soon.
It's your boy Harry here from Authentic Car Clinic, located right here in Tobago at Tobago Local Road. You can WhatsApp us or call us at 366-4173.
Everybody only worrying. Never ever worry. Don't mind how things looking hard. I tell them never ever worry. If your nice car get damaged bad, I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil is always right here for you. I tell them never ever worry. Don't mind if life make you sad. I tell them never ever worry. If your house get flooded out real bad, I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil will always be here for you.
Never worry about a thing. Tatil, where people are people. You know what I mean.
JK Tech, we bring technology to your doorstep. From cutting-edge laptops to reliable printers, we've got it all. Nationwide delivery and a new website for easy online ordering. JK Tech is your one-stop shop for your electronics and computer needs. Carrying top brands such as Acer, Samsung, HP, and much more. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at JKTechTT or visit jktechtt.com. Quality tech is just a click away. JK Tech. Evaluate your shopping experience, your tech, your way. Call or WhatsApp 383-2651. Shop smart, shop JK Tech.
It's your boy Harry here from Authentic Builders General Hardware, located right here in Tobago Local Road, Tobago. That's correct, right here in Tobago. And we are offering you guys the best prices on all hardware material. And if you would like to get your free quotation done, all you have to do is WhatsApp us at 272-1990 and we will give you guys the best prices on all hardware material. That is a guarantee as we are matching or beating any quotations.
Your destiny. The best way to predict it is to create it. Do you see yourself exploring exotic destinations or spending quality time with family? However you see yourself, create your own retirement destiny with Tata Life's Destiny Personal Savings Booster. Choose from one of 3 investment options with guaranteed minimum investment returns to secure a monthly retirement income for life, with the option to choose your retirement age. So what's your retirement destiny? Call 62-TATIL or visit tatil.co.tt to learn more today. Conditions apply. Tatil Life, a member of the Answer McCall Group.
Happy New Year to all those who are viewing. Welcome to those who this is your first time watching Book Club Corner, and welcome back to our faithful viewers all across the Caribbean and Trinidad and Tobago. If you're watching from wherever you are, we hope you had a wonderful ending to your 2023 and that you are having an amazing 2024 so far. This is the 10th day of January and this is the first day of our season 2 of Book Club Corner, and I am Jewel Green. Every Wednesday we will be chatting with local authors about the literary arts, about their books, and about the publishing industry. And with us today we have an amazing author, a first-time author. She is a business professional, a blogger of Spiritual Literacy 101, and she also is a mother and wife. And this is her first book, and it's called What Do You Believe? And Josanne, thank you for being here with us. This is the lovely Josanne Rojas.
Yes, it's a pleasure.
Thank you for being. Listen, when I saw her outfit today, I say, Josanne, great minds think alike. We're matching today, and so is the book cover. I love your book cover. We have to get into this color scheme that you've worked out for the book cover. Very unusual and very, very on point. I loved it. But before we get any further, guys, we know January people spend time setting themselves up for success, praying and fasting, shutting in, getting a cleanse, cleaning up their house, getting organized, getting their journals, writing all the resolutions. And it's no different on Book Club Corner. So I thought it was very apropos to bring Josanne and her book here today, What Do You Believe? This can be one of those books that you put into your arsenal for January as you get organized, whether it's physically, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. And if you're doing that, you can be asking yourself some very existential questions. What do I believe? What am I looking for? What am I looking forward to and for my life? And this is a great book to have. You see how cute it is? It matches my outfit, guys. I really love it. Nice and small. You could put it in your handbag, suitcase, take it on a bus with you, in a maxi, taxi as you're traveling. Everywhere you're going, you can take this book with you. It is just the right size and weight. Josanne, you're a first-time author.
Yes, I am.
I feel like we should have confetti for first-time authors, celebrating you and the work that you have done.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to us about this process. How did this book come to be?
Okay, so it's a funny story. In 2021, at the beginning of the year, the Lord actually gave me the title for the book, What Do You Believe? Now, I've always been an author. It's inside of me. It's like a seed that was planted inside. I wrote basically my entire life. Writing poetry. There was a point where I wrote songs during my teenage years. And I always believed that at least my first book would have been something about my life, something thrilling, about all the adventures and all the mischief I gave. And the Lord told me that my first book would be called What Do You Believe? And when he gave me the title, I was really confused, like, I'm still working on what I believe, but I didn't pay it any mind. Throughout the year, every time I think about the title, I'm like, I'm really not sure what I'm supposed to be writing here. And then 2021 was really hectic coming out of COVID, and still COVID was happening. And so December, it was approaching December, and I was like, Lord, it's December and I haven't written your book. And I said, you know what? Here's what. It was a really hectic year. You need to give me a little,
ease me up a little bit.
Ease me up a little bit, right? And how about, so I commit myself to writing the book in 2022.
Right.
I got no response. And I said, well, I'll take that as a yes, right? But the same night, well, actually early the other morning, I started getting a dry cough in my sleep. And COVID was still going around. So I said, where does dry cough come out, boy? But it was like an instant cough. And when I got up the morning, something told me when I went into the pharmacy, go and take a COVID test. And I did. And it was positive. And I was like, God again. And then he spoke to me. He didn't talk to me all the time. When I was begging, he was like, now you have time to write your book because you're going to be on quarantine.
Yeah.
And so I actually finished my book in 21 days.
Really?
Yeah.
Look at that. All the inspiration was there, just there waiting.
Actually, it's like a seed.
Yes.
Yeah. So in 21 days, I mean, I'm in my room, locked up by myself. I have absolutely no excuse. And I got the book finished and completed. And so 2022 was really just a year of figuring out how to get it published.
Yes.
And so I went about doing that. Well, I self-published it because that's more of an easier journey.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's really how this book came about. Yeah.
Authors out there, this is a really important message. I have to stick a pin in it for a minute. Don't wait for something to happen for you to have to take the time to write that book that you've always wanted to write, right? I don't have time to write. I'm so busy. I can't do it.
Yeah.
Take your own sabbatical, right? Josanne, you had to catch COVID, right? And thankfully you were okay.
Yeah.
But guys, don't wait until something happens. You're close to death. Somebody tell you you're sick. You're not feeling well. Let us take that time. Put aside some time this year. Make that a resolution. Put aside some time this year to start writing your book. And it doesn't have to be a big block of time. I'm going to leave work for 3 months. It could literally be, 2 days for the week. I am going to focus on writing my book. Let that be a resolution for your 2024. Okay, authors out there, I'm speaking directly to you, right? You're hearing me. I know you are. Let's get that done this year. But when I read your book, so the back of the book, because I start from the front, I had to read every single word. So when you dropped off my book, and guys, she wrote in my book, I think I picked up the wrong book, Josanne. Girl, I don't play, She signed my book, guys. So I'm very particular. She signed my book, and when I got the book from you, Josanne, and I was like, she signed my book. I put my name in it and thing. I was real fussy, guys. So all I'm saying is that when I was reading the front cover, the back cover, and I saw because the book blurb, right, which is your book summary, guys, right? So an idea, a little brief snippet for people who want to buy a book. You put that to the back of your book, what the book is about, so they can see what it's about before they buy it. And in Josanne's book blurb, you have here that this book is a clarion call for those who identify as Christians. And I found it was very appropriate that in your book blurb you would identify your target audience, because a lot of times, apart from saying, this book is for adults or young adults, a lot of people don't identify who the book may be for. So tell me, when you say Christians, does that mean that this book is only for, let us say, the Abrahamic monotheists, right? And when we say that, we're looking at those, Christian, Catholic, Protestants, and so on. Who is this book really for when you say it's for Christians?
Okay. So the book is not related to any particular denomination, but it is for persons who identify Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior.
Okay.
So that could be many denominations, right? But it really was intentional when I said that it's for Christians, and that could encompass Christians who actively practice their faith, and then, there are Christians who don't actively practice their faith, because it is really geared towards confronting the Christian about their convictions and carrying them on a journey while reading to self-check themselves to see if, okay, I'm a Christian, does my life really line up to what God has said, or to what God has intended for the Christian to be. And so it's really for us to see whether we are Christians out of mere lip service, or if we are actively being that light that God has created us to be. Yeah.
I really love the title of your book, What Do We Believe? Because I feel like it's something that, as even though you identified your target audience as being Christian, it is a question that many of us ask ourselves, right? It's an existential question, a philosophical question. What do I believe? And not just faith-wise, but what do I believe about myself? Am I entitled, and do I deserve the best in life, right? My dreams and my goals, do I even deserve those, right? And are those things something that I'm going to pursue? And you're talking about lining up whatever you believe with the way you're living. And if you believe you're worth it, if you believe as an author, I have a story to tell, where is your book?
Where's the story?
You're right. Write that book. So authors, I'm at you all today. Is your life lining up with what you believe? You believe you have a story to tell, but you won't write that story. Right? You believe you deserve the best in life, but you're accepting subpar, mediocre from yourself, right? We're not on anybody today, so don't come for me. Right? We're talking about dealing with yourself and your own life. And I like that, this is a great book for somebody who is going to have an intentional 2024.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah? Looking at what do they believe. So I read, let me tell you, I was looking through the book, right? And you have one that says, practicing spiritual agriculture.
Yeah.
I say, Papa, I wonder what that was. I went in our chapter first, actually. And that's 105. And I was reading about it. And I want you to tell us, the listening, viewing audience, what did you mean by this chapter when you said practicing spiritual agriculture? What is that?
Okay. So I'm not going to give you too much, because I want the viewers to buy the book and read it. But practicing spiritual agriculture, it's interesting, because I often see us, even though we are human, I like to view us as trees. And because we have many similarities with trees, right? There's the law of sowing and reaping. And it's the same thing with us. The seeds that we are born with, we have to cultivate that seed. And so as a Christian, when we become a new creation, we get rid of that fallen seed, right? And we take on this seed of being a child of God, but it's something that we have to cultivate. We have to grow. We have to put the right, the water in it, rivers of living water. We have to put the sunlight. We have to grow ourselves so that we can become trees that bear the fruits of the Spirit. So it's not just about, as I said, saying that we are Christians, but is your life bearing the fruit of a Christian? Really and truly. So we have to put in what we want to get out. And it doesn't happen overnight. Yeah. So you see the seed start in darkness, it has to germinate, and then it has to grow. But how does it grow? Because you have pests pestilences, you have diseases, you have natural disasters, many things that could uproot us from good soil. So it's really about practicing good spiritual agriculture so we could stay on track with God.
Guys, we're going to take a quick break, but we're here with Josanne Rojas. She is the first-time author of the debut non-fiction faith-based book called What Do You Believe? It's an amazing read. Don't go away. We'll be back to talk to her about some more spiritual agriculturing. So if you're a farmer out there and you're wondering what's happening with your spiritual gifts and seeds, come back with us shortly. We'll see you in a few.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Rotisserie, mouth-watering fries, salads, combos, and specials galore. Feeling for something to eat? Come and see. Our rotisserie is seasoned to the T. Kicking chicken, masala, and jerk roast. Crispy fries made from scratch. Who do you know can beat that? Or salads freshly cut and packed. When you taste it, you'll be wanting to come back. So come check us out on number 2 Robinson Street, Uptown Scarborough, Tobago. We open on Saturday nights from 7:30 to 11:30 p.m. Monday to Thursday, we're open from 10 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. and on Friday, 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us at 772-7443 and all social media handles at The Rotisserie Factory.
Don't be fearful or ignorant about diseases. The opportunity to learn how to effectively work with or even reverse sicknesses is here. Do you know someone that is suffering from an illness? You are invited to come and learn in this in-depth, hands-on training program. Call this number and reserve your space in this God-inspired, hands-on medical missionary training program going on in Tobago. See you there.
welcome and welcome back. To those, this is your first time viewing Book Club Corner, and welcome back to our diehard, let me tell you, our fanatical fans of books and everything that deals with literature. Thank you for sticking with us and being back with us. And like every good farmer, because we were talking about spiritual agriculture, and like every good farmer and every good farm, you need water. You need moisture, right? You can't grow anything without water. And I always say, listen, anytime I'm hanging out and liming, I don't like a dry mouth lime, right? So I made sure that, you know, we do on Book Club Corner, we sip wine. But for January, I said, you know, as we get organized, as we recalibrate, I'm going to be doing coconut water for this entire month. It's my birth month. I'm born on January the 26th. Just an open invitation, you know, to all those who want to bring the gifts. You could drop them off early. But on January 26th, I celebrate my birthday. And what I usually do is I do my fasting, my little clean out, you know, the usual Caribbean things you do, right? To make sure you're good. So today, I have a lovely glass of coconut water. Josanne said she wanted sparkling water, right? And we're drinking, we're toasting. Cheers to you, Josanne. I'm having some coconut water today. So all those in the Caribbean, we know you like to do a nice little cleanse with the coconut water. Healthy living, healthy consumption. Let me tell you, this is good.
Shout out to my pastor.
Is he into these things?
She?
It's
an inside joke.
Okay. I hope, Pastor, I hope you're watching and I hope you caught the joke. But Josanne, before we get back into this book about spiritual agriculture and, you know, putting work into bringing that seed forth. Because even as authors, you know, sometimes you want to write a book, but you're not sure what to write, how to write. And I'm just putting it out there for authors. Don't forget that you can invest in yourself, invest in your gift as an author, and make sure that you understand how to write the best book that you can put forward. So you could take your time, invest in yourself, go on YouTube, right? The University of YouTube.
Yeah, and Google.
All right then, go on the Googler, right? And Google anything you want about writing, about your genre that you prefer, but how to get that book out there, right? And you mentioned that you're self-published.
Yeah.
Tell me, if you considered going the self-publishing route, like this is the only way I can go, or did you think about, you know, the traditional publishing route, and what is happening with you today? Because we had a conversation. So tell us.
So I did look at the two routes, traditional and self-publishing. And for the first book, I realized that going traditional would have maybe been a rough ride. So, and because I guess I wanted to get the book published quickly, because this book was an assignment. It was a God-given assignment. So, I went the self-publishing route because it was more convenient and it was a bit more, it was easier, right? It was actually a very smooth process for me. I did hire a publishing consultant who lives abroad. She's originally from Trinidad, and she's also a book coach. So she did coach me in terms of the process of self-publishing. And because she's a consultant, she did assist in terms of getting an editor, somebody to format the book, and being able to upload it on Amazon and on Kindle and all these things. And so, that's the route that I took. I didn't want to try to figure out everything on my own in terms of, you know, some people want to write the book and then you want to try to format it. You want to try now to figure out how to upload it and you're getting errors. No. I just wanted to write the book. Have someone who has the know-it-all in terms of how to get this book self-published. And I'm going to pay you and we get it done. So that's the route that I took. The only thing that I really had any part to play with was, one, my colors, how I wanted the inside of the book to be, the front image. I did have my spiritual mother and friend. She did do the design, and I was very intentional about what I wanted as my image. And so she did design it for me, and then we gave it to the format and someone that created the entire image for the book itself. And so, yeah.
Okay, wonderful. So for those out there wondering, what are talking about self-publishing tradition? What's that?
Yeah.
Let me just explain quickly. So anytime you are paying someone or some persons, editors, cover artists, graphic artists, or if you are paying to publish a book, you are self-publishing. And if you are being paid to publish a book,
Yeah.
that's where we get into what we call the traditional way of publishing books, right? And when we say traditional, meaning that's how it was started, right? You would entreat a publishing house, they would see if they want your project, have a conversation, tell you, we don't like this, take out that, put in this, and you would have to do it, and then they would give you some money to publish a book.
Yeah.
But now the process is a lot different. So there's self-publishing where you can pay as you go along and get your book published, and you can do it just how you like. So nobody has to tell you take out.
Yes.
Right? Yes, your editor might come and
Yeah.
say, listen, this is not proper English, this isn't flowing.
Well, yeah.
But by and large, the book is your decision,
your
and the way you want it, that's how they have to do it,
Yeah.
right?
I think that's the only concern you may have when you go traditional, because they may want to change certain things in your book, and you may
Yes.
feel like, but it's my book and this is what I want to see, and this is how I want it to look, and they may have a different view, and because they have the money, they will have more of the say.
Yes,
Yeah.
well, as they say a long time, those who pay call the tune, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
you can't tell the DJ what to do. The DJs do his own thing. You know, I had a conversation with Lady Montano. She has a book out called King of Soca, and she was telling me same thing. She tried to get her book published, and they were telling her, "Oh, this has to come out and this," and she said, "No, I want my book just as I want
Yeah.
it. I'm doing it myself."
Yeah.
Right?
I the only issue I think I ran into, and it was something similar with the editor, and you know, they are editing your book and they are changing up some of the what you're trying to say. And I'm like, that's not what I said. So I want what I said in my book, not what
Yes.
you think I'm trying to say. Like, what I said is what I said. And yeah, that was the only issue I had.
Yeah. So I do editing from time to time, whether it's an article or a book or whatever. And you know, I had one author, I was saying to them, I need to understand what you were trying to say, because even though it's not flowing well, if I make changes to make it flow, it may change the whole
It may
trajectory
change,
of what you're trying to say. And they were like, what do you mean? I said, I need to know what your voice is.
Yeah.
I need to know what are you saying, right? You may not be saying it the best way, but if I don't understand what you're trying to say, I could take everything, you know, I could take the sweetness out of your juice.
Yes.
And when people drink it, you know, they're like, who is this?
Yeah.
So you as the author need to, one, understand your voice, understand what you want to say, the essence of it, so that the editor and you can work together to make sure that story reflects who you are and reflects the story you want to tell, the way you want to tell it. And I really love that, you know, Josanne, how you said, you know, you told the editor, you know, what I said. Right? I said what I said, as they say on social media, right? And I really love that you had the, you know, that gumption to tell them, because sometimes people back down and be like, you know everything.
No.
Daddy knows best, so you go ahead. But no.
Yeah.
I like that. I looked at this book, and I don't know what you all think, bibliophiles out there. I do have, you know, you open the book and you break the spine, kind of, you want to flatten the inside. I don't like my book like that. I want my book looking fresh and new. So I opened this book, listen, very carefully. I always open my books and read my books. I don't dog edge my pages and all that. So bibliophiles out there, comment and tell me how you all read books. You all just broke open the book, right? Or you all just very daintily and nicely open the book and read it. Put in the comments for me, please. But Josanne, I noticed you have in your book some spaces for self-reflection.
Yeah.
And it kind of gives a bit of a workbook feel.
Yeah.
But still a book to read, right? To get information. Why did you decide to incorporate those areas for self-reflection in the book?
Because I want the reader that while they are reading after every chapter, that they can quickly reflect on what they are reflecting on and answer certain questions that I have pinpointed for them to answer.
Right.
So based on what I would have written in the chapter, they would now, answer certain questions. And they have the opportunity to write it one time. They don't have to go and look for paper, a journal. But it's really just to kind of prod them.
Yes, and
Yeah.
I listen, I love a good workbook, but let me tell you, first of all, I'm not writing in pen. I write in pencil because I might need to erase this. I come back to this 2 years, I'm a different person, right? My answers may be different. So I would advise you all, if you're getting Joseph's book, get a nice soft pencil, right? Don't get like a 3B, right? Or a 3HB pencil, a soft, so you could, you wouldn't do too much impressions. Because if you're like me, you want your book to look pristine.
But
So you
if
could rub it
they
off
are
and write
writers,
back.
they're gonna need an extra book
Yes,
because
you see?
Yeah.
Do you have a journal to go with this book?
No, I'm working on that this year.
I can't wait. So people, you hear that she has a journal coming. Before we want to start to wrap up, you have 2 parts in this book that you want to read first, because we love to be read to.
Yes.
So tell me what page, because she didn't want to tell me earlier, and I said, fine, don't tell me. Let it
Well,
be
the
a secret.
first one is in page 108.
Okay, let's get
And
there.
it's in your favorite chapter, Practicing Spiritual Agriculture.
Okay, let's get to it.
So I'm going to read from Practicing Spiritual Agriculture. God wants us to know that we can only produce fruit of our own kind. We ought not to fight God's design. The longer the orange tree tries to be something he is not, the longer he will try bearing the wrong fruit in the wrong season. We must never forget that fruit is designed to be born in season. God always has a season of preparation and a season of harvest. Are you trying to bear fruit when you should be preparing? Are you ready for a harvest, or will your fruit fall to the ground to rot and waste?
Josephine, some gems here. Some gems here. My mother used to have this saying, figure out who you are and be that. Do that. Right? If you're a horse, be a horse. If you're a turtle, don't try to get with the horses, right? They'll just trample you and you'll never reach nowhere. So, figure out where your lane is. And that's what you're saying here, right? I love that.
Yeah.
Listen, you'll only produce a fruit after your kind. We ought not to fight God's design. The longer the orange tree tries to be something he is not, or she.
Yes.
The longer she will try bearing the wrong fruit in the wrong season. Well, put that in your pipe and smoke it.
The other chapter, which is right after Practicing Spiritual Agriculture, it's chapter 9. It's called Soul Building for the Kingdom Warrior. And it reads, soul building is really about building and strengthening of one's character.
Right.
When you build your body, you show off how you look. But when you build your soul, you show off who you are. And if how I look is temporary and who I am is eternal, then I'd place more emphasis on the character from which I cannot escape.
That is a good one. But guys, she's not saying to forget, right? That's not what Josanna is saying, right? Josanna is saying, I think I'm hearing, pay attention to your inside, your the self that is going to be more permanent, as much as, or even more.
Or more than we pay attention to
Even
how we
more
look. We put so
so.
much emphasis on how we
Yes.
look on the outside of the cup, and the
Yes.
outside of the cup clean. But what about what inside the cup? Inside the cup dirty, inside the cup full. What happening inside the cup? So we need to place as much emphasis on what we put in the cup and how
Yes.
clean inside the cup is.
As much emphasis as you, even
I'm not
more
saying
so.
not to take care of yourself. To
Yes.
take care of yourself, look nice, do all the
right
dandy
then,
things
'cause
we
you-
have to
you
do.
look banging,
but
girl.
it needs to, well, inside and outside needs
has
to
to
match.
match.
Yeah, it has to
Yes.
match.
Sometimes you're going to people's yard, and listen, I'm not coming for anybody, right? But you're going some people's yard, the yard looking lovely. You go in the house, it in shambles, right? It's just that it doesn't match.
Yeah, it do match.
You thought it was going to be this, and when you look inside, it's something else.
Yeah, the mat's not matching, according to the young people.
When the mat's not matching, they add it up at all. So guys, what we're talking about here is some existential questions, some philosophical questions about introspection, retrospection, right? And having some direction, some intention for what's happening with you for 2024. We're here with Josanne Rojas, and she's written a book called What Do You Believe? Spiritual Contemplations for One's Soul. It's an amazing book for the year, January, to get you started on the right track, sort out yourself. And if you are not into religiousness, don't worry. This will also have you thinking about, what do I believe about myself?
Yeah.
Who am I? And what do I want for myself for 2024 and for going forward in my life? Josanne, please tell us where we can get your book.
Okay, so you can get my book via Amazon. It's you can get hard copies. You can get it on Kindle. You can also get it locally by emailing me at josannerojas101@gmail.com. And you can call me or WhatsApp me on 729-5008.
Give us that number one more time.
729-5008. Or email me at josannerojas101@gmail.com.
Thank you very much, Josanne. Thank you for being here with us. It was really lovely chatting with you.
Yes, it was.
Guys, thank you for tuning in with us today. First episode of our second season. We couldn't do it without you. And we are coming back to you next week when we chat with another local author called Natasha Coker, and she's going to be talking to us about her book. You can find us on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel, Book Club Corner. We're also on Facebook and on Instagram. If you all want to have a chat with us, if you want to tell me you're an author and you'd love to come have a seat with us and talk to the listening public in Trinidad and Tobago about your book and across the Caribbean, check me out on Facebook and YouTube and on Instagram, and let's chat. But for right now, we're out of time. We thank you for being here with us. Get this book. It's an easy, nice read, and it's easy to take around with you. And as you go along your way, don't forget that life is short. We've lost quite a few greats, right? And that is not to minimize the ones who haven't been named in the public that we've lost as well. But think about your life. Let's be intentional for 2024, and please be good to each other.
Welcome to Standard, and today we're launching High. It's our newest brand that Standard is launching, and it's where luxury meets affordability. We're very proud of this brand. It's taken some time to get the right collection in place, and we're also going to continue to improve on our collection as time goes by and we listen to our customers more. We've changed our suppliers for this collection to European suppliers, so you're going to get that European finish. We've been very pleased by some of the results that we've been seeing in terms and response to it in the market, and we're so glad to bring it to Tobago and show Tobago what Standard could, grow with them as well.
It's not just about looking good or having materials that are easily cleaned or sustainable materials, because the important thing about this particular collection is that it is quality. It is meant to last, and it lives up to the Standard name about never beating on quality and price. This furniture particularly, especially our outdoor line, which ranges from fiberglass, plastic types of outdoor stools, outdoor chairs, even the outdoor furniture, it is built to last.
That's the importance with High, right? It's not only looking good, it's going to feature things that make your life easier, and it's not too damaging on the pocket. That's important for us.
This furniture fits the lifestyle of Tobago, of the Tobago customer, of the Tobago guest. It is the perfect type of furniture for you.
Everybody only worrying. Never ever worry. Don't mind how things looking hard. I tell them never ever worry. If your nice can't get damaged bad. I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil is always right here for you. Never ever worry if sickness catch you off guard. I tell them never ever worry if times fall on you real hard. I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil will always be here for you.
Never worry about a thing. Tatil, where people are people. You know what I mean.
We are back with Brunch, a taste of Tobago. Now, listen, I am so honored. I cannot stress this enough with the level of talent and the wide, vast cross-section that really graces the Brunch set. Thank you so much to my sister from another Mr. Jewel Queen George, Book Club Corner, author Josanne Rojas. Thank you so much for being a part of what we do here. And thank you so much for allowing us into your homes, allowing us into your space. And you know, one of the things that I love also is that there are certain events that I may not have known about had I not been sitting here. How many of you have ever heard of the International Detailing Association? I never heard of it, but apparently there is this buzz about a detailer of the year, and it spans the globe. And you know, we are so privileged to have a representative, a finalist in this esteemed competition. And you know what? It gives me so much pleasure. It gives me so much joy to welcome Miss Onika Waldron. Onika, good day to you, and thank you for being a part of Brunch, a Taste of Tobago. So how are you doing today?
I am good. Thank you so much, and good morning.
You know, Onika, I saw some clippings of Detailer of the Year. Now, it stood out for me because I had no idea what that meant or what that was. And so only when I decided that I'm going to delve in and really see what's going on. And I'm seeing one finalist from our lovely Twin Islands Republic of Trinidad and Tobago amongst a sea of international representatives. I'm seeing Florida, I'm seeing Cleveland, and I'm saying to be even in the running for such an esteemed award. I am so proud of you, Gil. I don't even know what detailing is, but I feel so proud. Tell us about the Detailer of the Year award. Tell us about that.
Sure, that's not a problem. Thanks again for having me. So is that the association have been given to retailers since the year 20. So it starts at the ending of the year. Nomination, the board for the nominated, they find and send out voting, which will be. And let me just add this in. Last year, the Retailer of the Year award also, and for the year 2020, to bring this home for 2023.
Oh, wow. Now, you see, I have so much more to be excited about, because I feel that it's such a wide, vast playing field. And auto mechanics is a whole other ball game. And then you're coming to the forefront with detailing. And they're actually zeroing in on detailing, the art, the way you do things, your style, your finesse, your finished product, your process, and just being in this type of arena, Onika, is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful thing. Who are some of the people that you met? Who are some of the persons that you met while on the journey?
While on this journey, professionally, I would have met people like Mike Phillips, Kelly Harris, personally. And then with seminars, like every month, the idea does a seminar for different topics with regards to detailing, whether it's about starting a new business, learning techniques with the business, with detailing, learning how to deal with customers. So the good customers, the customers that give you trouble.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Would have had the pleasure with working with some of what you call the godfathers, and who would give me really great advice. So there will be Karim Khan, there will be Nigel London, there will be Farid from Auto Clinic. All those three people from time to time, I can call on them and I will get solid advice. And I am very grateful.
And Makome, am I saying it correctly? Makome Mobile Detailing Services. Now, just even the name, all right, is so synonymous of our culture here. And I'm saying it stands out. It stands out amongst the world. It stands out amongst the best. Being chosen, you had to be rated as one of the best in order to have been chosen to even represent. Well, what about voting? I know that there is a process that happens. Just tell us a little bit about the voting process on this. I'm seeing that it ends on January 14th. Right. So how has voting been going?
I'm not able to see how voting, amount of support that I have been getting thus far. I must say, the of Trinidad and Tobago and also the wider Caribbean. Been saying congratulations, Onika. People have been sending screenshots. I'll be bringing this award home.
I think you'll be bringing the award home. I'm putting it out there that you'll be bringing the award home. I don't know anything about the other participants. I don't really have any information, but I know what speaks to us as Trinbagonian people. And we have a flavor, we have a rhythm, we have a way that we do things. And so I am saying that you're going to be bringing the award home. Right, so that's my contribution to this whole thing. How long have you been involved in detailing, Onika?
I started the detailing in 2014, and I made 22.
And what got you into this line of that whole auto space? Because it's still a little bit male dominated. We are moving forward. I'm not saying we're not, but it's still leaning towards domination of male participants in this field. What inspired you to get into this line of work?
From his vehicle. Back then, Daddy would have had those Mitsubishi. It would just shine. It was the silver gray.
Mm-hmm.
And when that shine, and I was like, I want to see what you washing this vehicle, and then standing up far off, and then you see it shining, basically washing vehicles.
And so
then,
it started that early for you.
yes, started that early for me.
It was that early.
I could have been a early, and I just began to go where I am today.
What would you like to say to upcoming entrepreneurs? Because we see a growth in our ladies being involved in such spheres as auto detailing, doing all the mechanics and everything you can think about. We see like a greater portion of female personnel. What would you like to say to the upcoming entrepreneurs coming up?
I am always asked that question.
Mm-hmm.
And my experience, what I've been through, what I went through. And I always sometimes it seems that it's not going to happen that much and you crumble. But once you stick with the goal, you start it as it always works out in the end. You just
So sticking to it, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but that's what it really is. You really need to stick to it, especially if it's a passion, if it's something that you really love to do, then you should take the time to give it the time and get yourself in a perspective where you can succeed. Detailer of the Year is a huge deal. I'm looking at some of the other countries, some of the other cities that are involved in this thing. And my Onika Waldron from Trinidad and Tobago is amongst the top pickings. And that is something that we really, really wanted to highlight. So I'm so grateful that you're here with us on Brunch, A Taste of Tobago. So voting ends, like we said before, voting ends on January 14th. And this is the brainchild of the International Detailing Association. So that's the IDA. Some of you, just as I, may not have known about the IDA. I actually learned about it today. So I'm so thankful that I get the chance to even do this show and have this platform. But voting ends on January 14th, 2024. And I don't know about you, but I am biased to the max. And Onika Waldron of Trinidad and Tobago will be bringing home that top trophy, that top prize, that top award, everything. That is what we are saying to you. And we wish you so much blessings. We wish you so much success in whatever you endeavor to do. So is there any traveling for you? Do you have to travel anytime soon?
to collect. I will be traveling to Orlando. The award ceremony is on. That is when the three finalists will know who will be announcing at the award ceremony on the 2nd of February.
All right. And like I said, we wish you nothing but the best. I know that you are going to do us proud. I have no hang-ups about it. So we just want to thank you once again, Onika, for being a part of Brunch. Good luck to you, best wishes to you, and of course blessings to you and your other competitors as you move forward. So thank you once again. And there you have it, guys. Detailer of the Year, brainchild of the International Detailing Association, and our participant is amongst the top pickings, Miss Onika Waldron of Macomé Mobile Detailing Services. Just wanted to make sure I got the name right. And that is it for Brunch, A Taste of Tobago, guys. Thank you so much for being a part of it. Before I leave you, our trivia question for today: was, in which village would you find the Genesis Nature Park? The answer to that wonderful question is the village of Goodwood. And there you have it. Blessings to you, blessings to each and everyone, and join us again for more Brunch, A Taste of Tobago. See you guys soon. Bye-bye.